Onto the configs though. You've got the ability for you to change the movement factor, which possibly is the coordinates being taken into account with the other dimension's coordinate ratios, so it'll work for any dimension correctly. Changing this in an already made world will change where bee nests will take you in the dimension, and existing will place you in a different spot. Now I am using an existing world, I'm not using a new one, so that's probably why. But either way, it's a thing to keep in mind. Besides the obvious of it translating or converting the coordinates of what you're in the dimension to the overworld, or possibly the nether if you did it there, but I would assume it would probably kick you back to the overworld, possibly, if I'm going off of sort of typical logic of going in a nether portal in the end, and then it kicks you back, I think, to the overworld. I'm pretty sure. Don't know if this would be the same thing, but yeah. You can enable or disable a day-night cycle for it, which you obviously witnessed. I don't think much would change, really, but again, it's a thing you can use to give you an idea. Actually, we might go back into it and test the clock while we're at it. You can change the fog brightness percentage, which is at 100, which you can obviously increase it to a lot larger of a number if you want it to be, so it's completely black, or obviously differs slightly if need be. We may try and configure this to be a lot higher if necessary, so we'll go to, say, just 10,000 instead of the 100,000. We'll try reloading the game with that setting. You can force to exit to overworld, which obviously makes leaving the dimension always place you back at the overworld regardless of which dimension. Like I said, obviously with it being that you could use it in the nether or end, such a portal. And then you have other specific settings relating to bee aggression, so allowing Wrath of the Hive outside the Bumblezone, so determining if Wrath of the Hive can be applied to players outside the dimension when they pick up honey blocks, take honey from filled porous honey blocks, or drink honey bottles. So we'll also test that as well, with actually using a bucket or a bottle on the following. You can enable or disable aggressive bees. You can set the aggression level, or the trigger radius specifically. So that'll be, I'm assuming, 64 blocks away, likely. You've got the how long Wrath of Hive lasts, which I'm assuming is 350 seconds at a guess. I'm not assuming that's ticks. Actually, that is range, so possibly 350 blocks. And that's just the triggering range of it. That's obviously the range in which it'll still continue, I'm assuming. At a guess, obviously bees will be given speed, absorption, and strength when they're in that mode. You can configure a speed boost, which is determining how fast bees move along the ground, not while flying. And you'll see this a lot where bees are trying to attack you and tend to touch the floor. The speed boost makes them dash forwards. Again, I'm assuming this is just for any bees, doesn't matter whether they're in the dimension or not, unless that was also to do with the... Actually, no, that is obviously also because of it applying inside or outside the dimension. The absorption level, speed level, and strength level can obviously be configured. So we'll work out the porous blocks and how we can accumulate honey from that, as well as, what else was there? There was also the other one. We'll actually try the aggression level and see how well they attack. Aggressive bees, yes. Where was the thing I was missing? Outside of the dimension we don't want, and the fog. So the fog and the fact that we can get stuff from the other. So we'll actually reload real quick, just in case we don't need to restart the game. And that should be fine. We'll do it outside of the dimension just so we can prepare ourselves. Okay, so it seems to be a lot brighter, I'm sure. Actually, try configuring that again. So actually put that to... Actually, we'll set it to night, and we'll see how that goes first. Okay, so maybe nighttime already. We'll try daytime. Not too sure on that there. So we'll save that. And we'll also try and find out the actual possibility of using bottles and machine buckets. Honey buckets aren't the thing in this. Oh well. We'll actually try and fill it up with the bottles up with honey by using the filled to then make the empty. And then like so. I'm assuming you can't do it back. You can do it backwards. Okay. Interesting. I mean, both stack anyway, so you don't really need to worry, but that is quite useful. Otherwise though, we've got an Enderman spawning there apparently. Okay. Let's see, so we'll spawn in a bee. We'll actually check their aggression level. Like so. So we'll just spawn in a bee. Go to survival. We spawn in another one. Just because why not? We'll actually see what happens when they try to attack us. Still some poison. And I'm assuming not much else. They're not really that interested, it seems. Okay. I'm assuming they aren't gonna try and go after me that much with aggression and speed. I don't know. I mean, I'm not seeing any particle effects from them either, so it's not very clear to the player if that's the case. Okay then. Not too sure on that. So can't say that's the case. Otherwise we'll change this to 1. Just to see, and we'll also... Oh, okay, so it updated automatically. Interesting. Okay, so I didn't need a reload. That is a good sign. I never know with some configs if I need to or not. So that is, I'm assuming, nighttime. We'll change it to daytime. And doesn't seem to be anything that I can tell. Again, this is determining the fog, so I'm not too sure on that. But either way, that's pretty much it. Thanks so much for watching, and goodbye.